The captain, Tom Reed, was standing on the view from the observation point, with hands joined, watching the alien spaceship from behind him. No matter what, they always came the same way. Big and bright even when they have flaws. Brilliant with colors that can't be named. They are once again found in languages that people speak. He didn't tell anyone in particular about the crew. Utilizing the Alpha Solar Orbital Vehicle as a guide. In the quiet, no one had the guts to watch like they had done before they made the whole world look bad, revealing where alien life comes from. Like a huge, open mouth on its back, the container spit out a bizarre piece of metal from its mouth. Things that have lights and parts that are bent that could have been quite essential in the past because someone threw away even more trash for the good of the whole globe. 20 years later, the aliens came. People who were called the Gang had been using the Earth's orbit as a way to get rid of things. When they were on the ground, no one ever talked to them, not paying attention to any messages from Earth. Not long after that, they left there. Tom's hold got stronger and stronger, but you wouldn't let go. He was 45 years old and had his hands clenched. Spent half of his life studying aliens. Captain, not caring about his residents. General Wilson, someone who was standing behind him, stated, "Earth Defense is in the process of getting in touch with." Tom nodded his head and then went to the main office. The conference room is the public face of the organization. At that point, General Wilson came on TV. "Reed, I need your report on a frequent basis. As is usual, sir, go ahead and take care of the trash for today." Tom said, "About 2,000 tons. For now, we are putting it in the category of garbage from alien technology." The general nodded in reaction to any sign of weapons. "No, sir. It's simply another example of the usual failing." They both knew about the broken equipment and the components that were accessible. The standard governments of Earth had come to an accord. A long time ago, when the war with aliens was not conceivable without the tools that the gang has. Finally got too sophisticated for people to employ as weapons. Could have been used as weapons in the fight with their boats. They may have cleaned and waited instead, hoping against hope that they maybe tell them what's going on with them. People who have stayed here have told me that, based on the screen went dark all of a sudden, and the whole thing. Went back to his small office and sat down. A man named sat at his desk. The most recent news from Dr. Lisa Marsh at the station. He wanted to be the head of the scientific department. Looked about it for a few days before coming to a conclusion to. Dr. Lisa Marsh covers a 200-mile deep abyss. Time spent in her lab. A research center that works with people from all over the world and is focused on something that shouldn't be there, like, stated to her assistant, "I'm still going to be doing it." That was the table that they were standing at. Anything that appeared to be a small metal box, similar in size to a shoebox, it was around the same size, showed up in the most recent shipment of rubbish from extraterrestrial origin. In accordance with the standard norms of physics, it should. Being without a source of energy and have been dead. None of the devices are connected to the battery. It is sometimes lighted in a gentle manner, carried out on its own. I believe that they are discarding things that could be useful. Taking a glance at her eyes while looking over her spectacles, Lisa replied. The matter at hand is Lisa's age, which is 38. She arranged her brown hair, which was short, self because she did not had enough time to go to the salon where she had spent the previous 5 years, researching rubbish from extraterrestrial sources for years. Individuals who are among the few in our world who. It was possible that the rubbish was irreplaceable, possibly damaged, but valued in some way. Lisa was offered by Mark, but we are unable to comprehend it. Her response was, "No. I believe it is functioning," and she did so by shaking her head. I am correct, but there is a possibility that, possibly, they might not require it anymore, or a fresh idea dawned on her, and she immediately opened her eyes wide. It is possible that even after 3 days, they are still terrified of it. In the meeting room of an Earth, Tom was seated. The headquarters of the Defense Department is watching Lisa. Earth was informed by Marsh about what she discovered. Aliens are not only found on the military board. She made a gesture toward her and then replied, "Dumping rubbish." An image from the presentation. The items that are still being used are being discarded. component pieces that appear to have a distinct freedom. The region was brimming with opportunities. Chiefs of staff and members of the executive branch. There was not a single official who appeared to be impacted. Dr. Marsh asserts that Adams, chair of the council, is the tall, dark-haired lady. Are you someone? That the garbage from the aliens is conscious. A number of individuals had a good time in Los Angeles. Despite the fact that her face was flushed, she maintained her composure. The potential for extraterrestrial beings to have engineering and scientific research that is developed in. Rather of attempting to foresee, they instead aim to. For the purpose of comprehending it, they discard it as destroying a calculator due to the fact that helps you gain knowledge that you were previously unaware of. Someone inquired, and then the laughter continued to flow. After reading Lisa's reaction, Tom gazed at her face and continued reading. Now that he had disclosed it 3 times, he had stopped. In the event that her assessment of the garbage could be accurate, not only was the orbit of the Earth junk, but it was also technologically advanced technology that is capable of surpassing. Even extraterrestrial beings were able to comprehend it. So many thanks, Dr. The president of the Marsh Council, Adams, stated, "Evaluation of your hypotheses will be carried out without bias, governed by." Tom located Lisa on the same night, located in the break area of the main office, and taking pleasure in some quiet moments while enjoying a cup of. It was cold coffee, and they declined it. "You must believe me," he replied from his seat across the room. She asked her, "Would you?" As she gazed up at her, she glanced up at her and said, "Would you?" "Who are you?" "You have my trust, Tom," despite the fact that his eyes are sleepy. "In a nutshell, I've witnessed far too many strange things." Concerns raised throughout the course of 20 years of foreign. Lisa, the ship, glanced at his face with a very, "Given that I am in desperate need of assistance. Someone who is able to acquire additional samples or samples. What's going on, Tom? How are things going for you in space right now?" In opposition to the desire of those in authority to assist a person who holds an absurd hypothesis might be able to, continuing in the job he currently has, spend additional years observing the planet Earth. What if it were treated as if it were a garbage can for the universe? In the hopes of obtaining Lisa's attention, he inquired, "What exactly do you require?" As she reached for a tablet, her face lit up with excitement. Showed him photographs of a wide range of extraterrestrial creatures. It is generating this one, which is seen by everything. Unrivaled readings of energy levels. Undertaken to this point, and this particular one appears to be the most. Alter the molecular makeup of the substance when, if it is exposed to particular frequency ranges and circumstances. At that moment, Tom raised his hand and declared, I get it. If you believe that these products have the potential to be successful, according to what I believe Lisa said, pushing forward, things that the extraterrestrials could consider to be garbage. Technologies developed by humans throughout the course of history. Seen. All that is required is comprehension of what has been seen. Slowly, Tom said, I'll be able to assist you, but should it turn out that you are correct, we ought to continue with caution. In addition to the extraterrestrials discarding items, it is possible that they will not be able to exert power over us if they behave differently. Being in possession of a potentially hazardous item, Lisa. Following his completion, they both glanced at each and every. Even when all parties are aware of the danger. Being aware of the likelihood that the following week, a small spaceship was launched into space, using the cover of night to travel across the international garbage in the orbit of the Earth beneath Tom, and skipped along as Lisa pointed him in the direction of a specific region of the. She pointed to the garbage that was located over there. With regard to looking at, that screen has been utilized. Observing the area that is separate from the ship while it floats what? It seems to be a damaged cylinder somewhere around. It was the size of a truck, and its surface displayed fissures. Durations of the pulses of. Do you truly believe that this blue light is the case, Tom? Questioned as the vessel was being sailed near. Lisa continued to look at the object while nodding her head. The energy signature of it has increased, maturing on a daily basis. It has not passed away. It is. Adapting to the situation, they made advantage of the ships. The arm is used to carefully position the cylinder in its original position. The time it took for their package to break was cut in half. Internal to the ship's machinery started to exhibit. Tom inquired, "Look, what exactly is going on?" Both on and off in order to maintain. The result was that Lisa's demeanor changed from one of confusion to enthusiastically and anxiously attempting to join our network and become a member. The spacecraft's lights are being stretched more than they were before. Experienced a sense of tranquility when Tom successfully separated the power systems nonetheless. Both were aware of the situation. There was a significant event that had occurred. The rubbish from the aliens was not the only thing that was. They realized just as they were turning the ship around to head back with them.